I want to just lay some groundwork looking at the statistics about ACE scores and their link to cancer, because it really underscores how childhood trauma, when it's left unaddressed, can keep our nervous system in a state of dysregulation. It can deplete our immune system and make us more vulnerable to diseases like cancer or autoimmune or any of these things that we experience. So I'd love for you to just talk a little bit about that, the data and the statistics, and maybe how some of those dots connected for you.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I know that your audience is familiar with what an ACE score is, but it stands for Adverse Childhood Experiences. And it really covers this sort of buckets of what we call trauma. But what feels and is trauma to some people isn't trauma to others. So maybe we could just take a step back and lay the definition of trauma. And there's beautiful definitions out there. The one that I've sort of blended from my teachers and mentors and people that I study with and through is that trauma isn't just what happens to you. It's also what doesn't happen for you. And it's not necessarily an external event that is acute or a series of events that are chronic. Trauma is really an imprint that what happens or what doesn't happen leaves as a mark on our system. And within our system, a mark on our nervous system, first and foremost, a mark on our physiology for that reason, a mark on our emotional system, on our behaviors, on our beliefs. So it's really the imprint that we carry and relive from that place that got to carry the trauma rather than what happened. And when it comes to the ACE scores, there's the big traumas, the obvious traumas, right? War, an accident, a natural disaster. But then there's traumas or stressors that leave those imprints that we often shove under the rug. Like, oh, I used to move 20 times in 5 years when I was a child. My parents got divorced, but that's fine. I was 10 already. Or the subtleties of the emotional and the verbal abuse and the bullying. And then the ultimate question, and in my view, if we are going to compare what's big trauma, what's not big trauma, was I loved? Was I seen? Was I heard in my family? We don't often lean in that direction to think of that as trauma. And that is big trauma. It leaves an imprint, a big imprint in how we function and show up as humans thereafter.